I think the question that I most often ask is, how do I tie a bow? And I suppose that's because everyone does them so differently. The way I do it, I think, is really easy, so you might want to give this one a try. The first thing you want to decide is what width ribbon you want to use. This is 1.5 inches, and how big you want your loops to be. So I think average is probably about 9 inches, so that's 4.5 on each side. So I'm going to start with a larger tail, and then I'm going to do, about 4.5. So I want a total of 9 inches across. Okay. So we're going to start making our bows, and we're actually starting at the bottom of the bow. So now I can kind of check that to make sure I'm in my range, which I am. And although that's probably not important for one bow, if you're making a bunch of them, you want to keep them all the same size. So you're going to make your loop, and you're going to gauge it by your first one, twist it, do the second, well actually we're on the fourth one, do the fourth one, each time checking to make sure they're the same length, twist, and I usually do odd numbers of loops. Okay, check every time. And now I'm on 6. Let's do 5 on each side. Okay, checking again. You want to make sure that's the same. Twist. Checking. All right, so now we're on 4. Let's do 5. Make sure that's the same. And one more. Okay, so now I'm going to do a smaller one in the middle. Just a little bit smaller. Take a chenille stem, and you're just going to put that right through your fingers. Bring it around and tie that as tight as you can. Get it tight so everything is pulled together. Okay, now I want my ribbon tails about the same length. And I'm going to cut those using a scissors that I keep just for wired edge ribbon, because it will really mess up your scissors. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start pulling our loops. So let's do 3 at the bottom, and we're going to do 2 on the top layer. So we're going to do 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Okay. Now let's go ahead and just give a little bit more of a polished edge to this. I just do a little V. You can fold it over and do it that way. To me, this is just easiest. Just 2 little V's. Okay. Now the best way to curl your tails is to use a paint bottle, craft paint bottle. It's the perfect size. So just go ahead and start wrapping. You're just going to roll that. This one's going to have nice long tails on it. Okay? When you get to this point, you're just going to grab in there and pull down your tail, and it'll be all curly. Okay, let's do that again. Sometimes it gets a little slick, so you got to kind of hold on to it. There we go. Now look in there, find the end, and pull that down. Now I like this plaid because I think it's wonderful for Christmas. What a great traditional ribbon. Now you could use that on a a wreath, on a swag, on a garland, on a lamppost, anything. There would be so many uses for it. And that's a really simple way to tie a bow.